Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Find a comfortable seat because today's story will carry us well beyond headlines and hashtags. We are about to trace the arc of an unexpected late-night visit that set Istanbul's celebrity circles buzzing. Barry's Arduc reportedly slipping, almost unseen, into the home of his longtime confidant and colleague, Elkin Sengu. If you enjoy in-depth, people-centered storytelling, remember to tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows me to keep peeling back the layers behind every glamorous photograph. And if you'd like to help even more, you can click the join button below for early access and members-only extras. Now, let's step into a story where friendship meets curiosity and privacy faces the relentless glow of the spotlight. 1. Yesterday's co-stars, today's companions. Most viewers first met Barış and Elkin through the hit romantic comedy Kiralık AGK. On paper, the show was classic primetime fare. Mistaken identities, clashing personalities, slow-burn romance. What set it apart, though, was the rapport between its leads. Even in early table reads, crew members whispered about how smoothly their banter flowed. When cameras rolled, that ease translated into chemistry so vivid that ratings climbed. Social media clips went viral, and international streaming platforms snapped up broadcasting rights. Behind the scenes, the two actors built a genuine friendship. During outdoor night shoots in February's biting wind, Barry's would loan Elkin his insulated jacket between takes. On humid summer days, she carried an extra thermos of iced lemon water and insisted he finish it before stepping into a scene. That mutual kindness, small gestures unnoticed by viewers, became the mortar that held their working relationship firm. When Kiralık AGK ended, the friendship survived. Neither leveraged the other for headlines, brand deals, or strategically timed appearances. Instead, they nurtured a quieter camaraderie. Late morning coffee on days off, voice notes exchanged after tough auditions. Quick celebratory texts whenever one booked a challenging role. It was precisely the absence of attention-grabbing drama that made their bond believable. 2. A late-night arrival no one expected. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, according to 3 separate photo agencies working the upscale neighborhoods of Nisantak and Etiler. Barış's driver dropped him near Elkin's residential block well past midnight. Paparazzi stationed nearby had been on a routine sweep, expecting nothing more than club exits and influencer dinners. One lensman, adjusting his camera for low-light settings, happened to spot a man stepping from a discreet dark sedan. The figure moved quickly, head lowered, hood of a charcoal coat raised just enough to obscure half his face. No entourage, no bodyguard, no stylist juggling garment bags. Just one actor, braving a brisk March wind. He crossed the narrow side street, paused at a wrought iron gate, keyed in a code, and vanished behind a frosted glass door that locals confirm belongs to Elkin's building. The photographer snapped 6 frames, none perfectly clear. Yet even blurred, the tall silhouette and distinct posture were unmistakable to anyone who has followed Barış's career. Within minutes, the frames were on editors' desks, and within hours, speculation rocketed across entertainment sites. 3. Why all the secrecy? In the age of curated couple photos, ring light selfies, and pop-up PR stunts, the notion that 2 high-profile friends might favor discretion over disclosure seems almost radical. Some commentators immediately cast the visit as romantic intrigue. Was this an after-hours confession of love? A clandestine date arranged to avoid the morning tabloids. Others suggested simpler motives. Barış and Elkin have long helped each other work through scripts, especially ahead of chemistry tests or emotionally demanding auditions. Could they have scheduled a midnight read-through to skirt daytime paparazzi? Industry veterans know that when a major series or film enters final round casting, confidentiality clauses can forbid public sightings until contracts are signed. A 1 a.m. meeting then might be a protective measure. Sharpen lines, rehearse blocking, and keep inquisitive lenses at bay. Still, others noted a third possibility. Friendship, unadorned, sometimes relies on unusual hours, Actors often wrap filming near dawn. Perhaps Barris had finished a late shift on his current historical drama, felt restless, and stopped by for comfort and conversation with someone who understands production pressure better than nearly anyone else in his contact list. 4. Press and public, filling the silence with stories. Because neither actor nor their management issued comment within the first 24 hours. The vacuum filled quickly. Columnists constructed timelines. Last month's award show seating chart that placed them 3 tables apart. A charity gala where they spoke for 10 minutes near the coat check. Elkin liking Bariza's behind-the-scenes Instagram post from set at 2:11 a.m., all of it speculative, none of it conclusive, yet each breadcrumb fed the narrative that something new might be blooming. The most persistent rumor claimed Barris had argued with a co-star earlier that evening and sought counsel from the one colleague whose perspective he truly trusts. Another suggested Elkin was preparing for an audition opposite Barris in a streaming platform thriller and needed his first-hand insights on character dynamics. A third, less charitable line accused both of courting attention right before the network finalized pilot pickups, hinting at a publicity coupling. Yet longtime fans pushed back, noting that neither has historically exploited friendship for clickbait. They cited Bariza's low-key courtship of his eventual wife, Gups, Zay. Years earlier, only acknowledging the relationship long after paparazzi had pieced it together. They pointed to Elkin's preference for posting landscape photos and book excerpts rather than private dinners or designer bag reveals. That track record of guarded privacy lent credibility to the idea that the midnight visit may, in fact, have been personal rather than promotional. 5. The heart of the matter, trust shielded by quiet. Offstage, both actors are said to share an aversion to conflict-driven publicity. After Kirillic AGK, they were offered multiple dual-interview magazine covers but declined unless the focus remained on upcoming projects rather than private lives. Friends describe them as self-feted. Individuals who'd rather sacrifice a trending topic than betray a confidence. In an industry where exclusives sell advertising, such restraint is rare and, to some, refreshing. A stylist who has worked with Barris on period productions recalls that whenever schedule changes forced night shoots, he would text only 2 people afterward, his spouse and, occasionally, Elkin. He'd ask if she could run lines for a scene, reshoot the next day, she said. Sometimes she'd send voice notes at 4 a.m., reading her part so he could rehearse half asleep in the trailer. Their friendship, forged on a set whose success hinged on believable intimacy, matured into a professional lifeline and, perhaps, on the most exhausting days, an emotional one. 6. Moving forward, unanswered questions and resilient ties. As of this recording, neither Barris nor Elkin has addressed the nighttime sighting, and perhaps they never will. They may view clarification as unnecessary fuel for gossip engines already revving too loudly. For now, what remains is a single truth. Meaningful relationships, whether romantic or platonic, do not always follow publicity-friendly timelines. Real bonds often grow in side streets, backstage hallways, and living rooms lit only by table lamps and half-finished tea. Will they appear together on screen again? Insiders hint at a streaming network miniseries that could reunite them next year. Will the public ever learn the exact reason for that midnight visit? Possibly in a memoir a decade from now, or maybe never. But what matters is that to artists who once pretended to fall in love for the camera have managed, years later, to protect an authentic connection from the camera's most intrusive glare. 7. Closing thoughts. The story of Barris Arduc and Elkin Sengu reminds us that in an industry built on spectacle, the most compelling moments can be the ones no scriptwriter penned and no photographer fully captured. A late-night walk across a quiet street, a code punched into a lock, a door closing softly against the cold. Those are the brushstrokes in a portrait of trust. Whether friendship, collaboration, or the first page of a deeper partnership, we may not know yet. But sometimes the unanswered question is the spark that keeps the narrative alive. Thank you for watching and for choosing curiosity over scandal. If this exploration of quiet loyalty resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share your own thoughts in the comments. Until next time, keep following the stories that unfold in the spaces between flashbulbs. Take care of yourselves and each other.